Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the installation guide on how to install the full thrust kit into the SSG-24. First of all, I want to thank you for getting the kit. It just means a lot to us that you trust us, and I really appreciate that you're an early adopter and that you want to enter the future of airsoft sniping right here with the full thrust kit. Okay, so what do you need? You need a small Phillips screwdriver, big Phillips screwdriver, a set of Allen keys, and something that can drill a hole with the drill that's included. That's either an electric drill press or a hand drill like this, or a Dremel tool. Installation is fairly easy. It's really just a few steps, so let's get into it. When we open the kit, we can already see the little card that actually got you to this installation guide. We have a magazine, we have a cylinder head, drill template, then here inside is a drill and the Allen key for adjusting the hop-up. Then we have a speed loader, here marked with the full thrust. I recommend to never put any other BBs into the speed loader, because when you mix up BBs, 644s with other BBs, you can actually destroy a 6mm gun by putting the wrong BBs inside. And then of course we have the inner barrel here already completely assembled with the hop-up chamber. Now keep in mind, this hop-up chamber is different from the stock one, so do not mess around with exchanging any parts from your existing gun with this setup right here. Okay, now let's disassemble the gun. First of all, make sure the gun isn't cocked. Put it on safe, remove the magazine, and then put it like this on your table. And use the right Allen key to remove the screws on the trigger guard. So there's one here, there's one here in the back of the trigger guard, and then there's one here in front, which is the bipod stud. Just turn it counterclockwise, and then press into the mag well and lift up the stock. Okay, now you removed the stock from the gun, put the stock aside, and now you can remove here this little stud for the bipod stud. Also put it to the side. What you want to do next is remove the screw here on top of the rail, this one, because underneath it is a thread screw, and it needs to be loosened in order to undo the other barrel. So take the 1.5mm Allen key and unscrew the little thread screw here, which is underneath here in the little hole. Up next, you take your medium size Phillips screwdriver, you unscrew the mag well, one screw here, one screw right there, take it off, and then you can unscrew the other barrel. Now, if you feel that this is very scratchy, just take the 1.5mm Allen key one more time and twist it a little bit more until you can easily remove the other barrel. Now we can already exchange the cylinder head that is inside the kit. Now that's right here. Just take it out. Now you have to remove the cylinder head. There's different ways to do it. You can either use needle nose pliers, which go in front, or you can use a wrench like this, because on the side you have those flat surfaces. And just turn it counterclockwise. So take this one out. You have to exchange it with the new one. Here's the difference. The new one is black and the nozzle has a bigger diameter. This one is silver. So the old one we put away. What I recommend you to do is to use some silicone spray or silicone lube in case you have the Norwich maintenance kit. It's the silicone oil SICK. Just put it here on the O-ring. Just a little bit. Spread it with your fingers. And now you can install it into the cylinder. Just press and twist it in there. For the last few millimeters, you can use your wrench again. And there we go. Now you can make the seal test. Just cock the gun. Bring the cylinder forward. Hold the nozzle. And here you can see the cylinder. Just close the nozzle with your finger. Here you can see the piston. Turn off the safety. Now you can see the piston stop. That's how it should be. Safety goes back on. Now we have to remove the hop-up chamber and barrel assembly from the outer barrel. Therefore, we take the small Phillips screwdriver, take out those 2 screws. And the second one. Okay, and now we can remove the hop-up chamber barrel assembly. Here we can just use some momentum to get it out of there. If you have problems to get it out like this, you can unscrew the outer barrel end cap and use the barrel from the kit to push out the current setup. But here on mine, it's no problem. You can just pull it out like this. Now we don't need this entire unit anymore, and what I recommend you to do is to screw this here back on so that you don't lose the parts, and you can store it somewhere, because maybe one day you need those as spare parts or something. So don't throw these parts away. Okay, let's put it away. Now what we need to do is we have to drill the hole for the hop-up chamber adjustment. Therefore, we take the drill template and we also take the drill that's inside here. Let's just remove it from the package. Now you want to slide over the drill template this way. So when you look at the barrel, here is the receiver end, here is the muzzle end. There's 2 holes. One is set to the front and one is set to the back. And the one to the back must be on top of the barrel. The one to the front must be here on the bottom. So when we slide it on here, it should look exactly like this. This hole and this hole, they have to align. Exactly like this. And when we look at the top, it's further to the back of the part. And now what you want to do is you can take the golden screw here from the magwell and you insert it into this hole. You can even screw it in there or push it in there. Okay. Now you have to put your drill into the electric drill. And if you've never drilled a hole, the drill has to move clockwise. Make sure that it moves clockwise, otherwise you cannot drill. There's always different ways how you can switch this. On this one, by pressing this and this, I can change direction. Now there's different ways. I can just hold it like this and drill the hole, or if you happen to have a vise, you can also use the vise. You can just clamp it in the vise to drill the hole. Just set the drill there, put it on clockwise turning, and just drill the hole. Here when you're drilling, make sure that the hole is straight. So always watch the drill from this side and also from this side, that you don't do anything like this. Just take your time and drill it. If this happens, go the reverse again and then go with a higher speed all the way through. Okay, and that's it. If you don't have the vise, you can also just use the corner of the table like this, and just stand up, press really hard on the outer barrel, and then drill the hole. There we go. Then get rid of all the drilling residues. And now you can unscrew this screw again. Or just pull it out. Take off the drill template. What I recommend to do now is to push in the hop-up chamber the wrong way around, because in case you have any drilling residues here, you want to clean them off slightly, and you can do that with the hop-up chamber, because usually it's just small metal pieces and you can just break them off. So you press in the hopper arm here, you insert it, And then you just push it down there. Exactly. And once you pass the hole, I already passed it, it means that it's clean on the inside. Okay, now it's time to install this hop-up chamber barrel assembly. Therefore, this way we go the right way in and we just press it down and push it in there. Be aware that you have a barrel spacer right here, so in case that your barrel stops here, you have to just find the hole in the middle and then push it all the way in. Now push it all the way in, and if you feel resistance, it means that you didn't find the hole here on the outer barrel end cap. You can use a barrel cleaning rod that's included with the SSG. Now just look inside and make sure that you catch the barrel. Now you can use this hole here, until here you can just push it with your finger, and then you can just use this hole to push it further in. Now that all of this is aligned, the rectangle is in the rectangle and this hole is aligned as well, we can put the entire thing back together. So we just screw the outer barrel in again. Screw until it stops, then bring it back until all of those are aligned. And here when you look inside this hole, you will also see that there's a cut in the barrel that needs to align as well. So if you see thread, when you look down here, twist it a little bit until you find the hole. Now you can put the magwell back, and you can also use the golden screw again. The golden screw is supposed to go here in front of the magwell. Press it on tight, and then you can screw the golden screw in. Now don't over tight this, just use 2 fingers to tight the screw. Don't use your entire force, because otherwise you can strip this thread. Then on the back, same, screw it in. And then again, just 2 fingers to tight the screw. Now we can fix the screw on top again. Again, 1.5 millimeter. Just twist it all the way in until you feel resistance, and then is this tiny screw here. There we go. Let's put it back together. Now we put this part back in about to the middle here, and then we pull out the bipod stud screw and we bring the gun back together. Here we have to make sure that should be about here, that it's aligned and that it finds the way into the hole of the stock. What also helps is inserting an Allen key here, just wiggling a little bit until you can close it completely. And when it's closed completely, there should be no gap anymore here on the outer barrel. If you can't achieve that, just wiggle a little bit and get this stud here in the right position. Now we can screw it together here with the bipod stud. Screw. Then this screw on the trigger guard. And the one here in the back of the trigger guard. Now comes the fun part. You can just load your BBs with the speed loader. Here you have the magazine. Again, it says full thrust. This magazine will not hold 6mm BBs. Also make sure that you don't load the 644 BBs, so the full thrust BBs, into normal SSG-24 magazines for 6mm. It will break them. Okay, same with the speed loader. Some speed loaders actually work with the BBs. I tried a bunch of them. The ones we sell work, of course. But in case you lose this one, you might even have one at home that works as well. But we included one just to make sure that you have one. Unscrew the cap here, put the BBs inside. Now there's currently no speed loader adapter available for the full thrust caliber. So what you have to do is press your fingers here together in the opening and then just load them in there. Okay, there we go. Now load the magazine into your gun. In case if you want to check if there's BBs inside the gun. With the full thrust text, it's not as visible sometimes, especially in bad light conditions. But what I can do, you can always take out the magazine slightly, even during the game. And here on the side, you can clearly see how many BBs you're still having inside your magazine. Okay, now just, charge your gun like always and shoot your full thrust BBs. Okay, that one works perfectly. Here now, with this hole on top, you can adjust the hop up. There's an Allen key included, which is 2 millimeters. In case you lose them, just 2 millimeter Allen key, any will work. And when you screw counterclockwise, you do more hop up, and if you adjust clockwise, it's less hop up. The way it's currently set, the way we provide it, is already at a degree where it should fly quite straight. So please don't mess around with this before you go to the range. Don't screw it all the way in or all the way out, because finding the sweet spot here it takes some time. So just leave it here and do your slight adjustments once you can see how the BB flies. If you're worried of losing the Allen key in the field, or if you don't want to mess with searching in your pockets and all that, I highly recommend getting one of those Allen key holders. You can just slide it here onto your rail and tight it down with the set screw. And there, you're just in the game, you shoot, you want to adjust. What you do is you just take out the Allen key, you do your slight adjustments, and then you just push it back in. Hope this clarified everything that's regarding the full thrust kit installation. If you have any questions, just don't hesitate to contact us through norwich.com/contact.